Unfortunately, rank Q is down today, so I won't be able to make a bronze to diamond episode, but I do have some pressing news to share with you guys. 24 hours ago, Riot Axis posted their intended changes for patch 8.10, and that is exactly the patch right after 8.9, so 8.9 is pretty much going live in a few hours, and then 8.10, which is going to be the next patch, so it's pretty close. So you might be asking what changes are they going to make that's going to put Tryndamere into the ground, and it's actually an indirect nerf to Tryndamere. For some reason, they're targeting all the core items that Tryndamere is building, and the items that are in question are all the Zeal items, Infinity Edge, and Essence Reaver. All of these items are getting gutted pretty hard, and that's what I'm really worried about. So the reason why they're doing this is because of this, they said, the bot-centric coin flip meta, which is very true. Bot lane in high elo is the determining factor of whether the team wins or loses. If you have a bot lane that wins, you automatically win in high elo. If they lose, you automatically lose. Given that all the other lanes are relatively even, or one is slightly winning over the other, it doesn't really matter, but if bot lane wins, game's over. That's how it is in high elo, so as long as you know how to play ADC and support well, you're going to automatically win. So that doesn't apply to low elo, but in high elo for sure. So just to go into a little more detail, we have our first item, Infinity Edge. It's going to be reworked to be less impactful early on with passives that make it less powerful against early game targets, more dependent on scaling through the game as a standalone item, but still extremely powerful later on. And then we have efficiency nerfs to Zeal items. So all Zeal items across the board are going to have its cost increased. What's going to happen is Infinity Edge will be weaker early and will scale into the exact same as what it was originally late game. So that really guts Tryndamere in terms of Zeal item. You want to rush that really early, so you'll be taking a lot longer to build your Static Shiv or Phantom Dancer as Tryndamere. The other thing is base health regen nerfs. I'm thinking that it's just for marksman, but it could be a nerf across the board. If it is, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Also, we don't go fleet footwork anymore as Tryndamere, so that is okay. The other thing is, I have it highlighted here, Essence Reaver. What they're planning to change is that Essence Reaver will now no longer depend on crit. As you guys can see here, no dependency on crit, and it will combine auto attacks with spellcast, so it's going to be like a sheen effect, and that's really absolutely terrible for Tryndamere. So you just completely gutted that item for Tryndamere and made it so that it's more efficient for champions like Gangplank. It's pretty, I don't know, I don't like the sound of that at all. So the thing is, if you remove Essence Reaver from Tryndamere's kit, we're either gonna have to go back to Black Cleaver or we'll have to build Infinity Edge, and Infinity Edge got nerfed, so we can't put that there in that item slot where it is, so it really sucks. But the one thing they're introducing is Stormrazor, so just so you guys know what Stormrazor does, it's over here. So it costs 3400, exactly same as Infinity Edge, 65 attack, 25% attack speed, which is pretty good for Tryndamere. And if you haven't attacked for the last 2.5 seconds, your next auto attack will automatically crit. And then if you crit, you get 25% attack speed and 8% move speed. So this could be an item that Tryndamere can experiment with, so that might be something we can build in place of Essence Reaver. If it gets changed into something similar to Klepto or Sheen, then we might consider Stormrazor. The one thing that's really confusing is they're reverting Last Whisper so that it's total armor pen, where it's like, what, 1300, and then you get 45% armor pen. It doesn't matter if they're building armor or not, it's just a flat 45% reduced armor off of their total armor. So I think that's pretty ridiculous. That's just going to put Kha'Zix in an even stronger position, and he's already a permaban champion, so we're probably going to see armor pen and lethality builds come back into the game. And one more thing is they're adding a Hall of Blades, so it's going to be the same effect as Stormrazor, where your first hit's going to crit and then you might get some attack speed. I'm thinking it's something like that, but still yet to be announced. And the reason for all of these changes is pretty ridiculous. It's pretty much saying not every ADC wants to play hyperscaling and crit game, but because of how crit builds are way too good and too smooth and synergistic, that every other build is not supported well enough and doesn't really go well into the meta, so they fall out of favor. And we have examples like they're changing Essence Reaver because of spell slinging champions like Lucian, and there's a Last Whisperer change for raw AD snowball champions like Draven. So I had a quick look at the two top players in NA, which is Tyler1 and also 10 IQ player. Maybe that's the same guy, I'm not sure. But look at that, he builds Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer. That's a crit build. It looks like a crit build to me. And then if you look at Tyler 1, he plays a lot of different champions. He also picks up Phantom Dancer and Infinity Edge. So I'm not sure if Riot is using the right example when they say Draven, because Draven's a crit champion which they're trying to nerf, not what they're trying to buff. Maybe they got something a little bit mixed up here. But coming from a Tryndamere player, I can see where Riot is trying to go with this and trying to fix the bot lane meta a bit. But at the same time, because of how Tryndamere builds very uniquely, it's really gutting him as well. And he's not like super overpowered that needs this many nerfs to him, you know? So it feels really bad. And I hope Riot can find a way to nerf things, but not make it affect melee champions. I know for a fact that Riot can easily code in all of these changes, but make it only apply to ranged champions. And that's very easy to do because you've seen them do it with items like Hurricane, which only affects ranged auto attacks. So I know that Riot can easily make all of these changes across the board, but make it only affect ADCs. And that will hopefully save Tryndamere players a lot of grief. But if not, then maybe they could give Tryndamere some buffs to compensate for all those really massive changes. I mean, that's just the hope out there. And the reason why I'm telling you guys this is that because a lot of you guys that watch me are also Tryndamere mains is right here. See, it says feedback please. As mentioned earlier, we'll have 2 patch cycles to address your feedback. Literally, there's only 1 patch cycle because this was posted yesterday and patch is already out. So they want to hear your feedback before shipping these changes. Once the changes hit PBE, they'd appreciate any feedback on the following areas. Are you finding good use for each new or reworked item? So you guys could put forward maybe for Infinity Edge changes only affect ranged champions. Other item designs exciting? Well, they're probably referring to the new item Stormrazor and Keystone Hollow Blades. So yeah, these are the changes. I really don't like them, especially the Essence Reaver one. I actually think the Essence Reaver might be the worst change out of all of them, and if there's any consolation, they could make Infinity Edge only affect ranged champions so that we could at least slot Infinity Edge into the place where Essence Reaver was. And there's always going to be a wait, guys, but hopefully you guys' voice will be heard by Riot and we can save as much heartache as possible for all the Trynd players out there. Anyways, this is JC. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, found this information helpful and useful, please be sure to drop that like because it actually tremendously helps with the YouTube search algorithms and it helps this channel grow. So hit that like button, it only takes a second and it really helps the small YouTubers such as myself out a lot, especially if you do that for all my videos, but that's a different story. Anyways, this is JC. Stay tuned for more Bronze to Diamond episodes tomorrow and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.